Hello everybody, today I'm going to be chatting you through everything I loved through January, which is the longest month that ever existed and just feels like it takes forever to finish. Does anyone else feel like that? I just felt like January was never ending. I'm actually sat in my conservatory today, which is different because I don't normally sit in here and it might be slightly more echoey, so I do apologise if it is. I do have a microphone like directly in front of me, so hopefully the sound isn't too... But I quite like sitting down here. I'm in my little like conservatory jungle. It's comfy, it's nice and light. It means I didn't have to bring my lights down and get my lights out, and it's quite nice to film in natural light, which I haven't been able to do in such a long time because of winter. I have a lot of things in January, A, because it is the longest month like in the world, and B, because I had like a bit of time off at the start of January, so I found that I was using lots of new things that I hadn't used before and spending more time watching things and doing things. So there's a lot of like beauty stuff, but there's also a lot of like random things. Starting off with beauty stuff, I fell in love with this product through January. This is the Glossier Priming Moisturiser Rich Luxurious Face Cream. This stuff is glorious. I got given this at a Christmas party in December in like a goodie bag, which was very generous of them. And I've like used half of it up. My skin is always really dry this time of year. It's, I guess, especially bad when it's freezing cold outside and actually very warm inside because of the central heating. So I have been using quite a lot of this. I love the consistency of it. It's quite thick, but then it does sink in quite quickly and it doesn't leave my face looking or feeling oily, which I really appreciate. Hello. Used up a fair amount of that already. I like using this in the morning, but because it has a really lovely, like soft lavendery smell, but like fresh lavender, like the sort of lavender that you would smell in your garden, it's a really, really nice one to put on at night as well. So I've been loving that. Sticking with makeup, not a lot has changed. You guys know I'm not too adventurous when it comes to makeup, although I have been trying quite a lot this month, so maybe for my February favourites there'll be a few little makeup items mixing up in my makeup bag a little bit. But one product or two products that I have absolutely loved using is the Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. I love Tarte. They have a water-based foundation that I was obsessed with in like 2015, I want to say, and that ran out and I just haven't repurchased it, and I'm using so many different foundations all the time, I'd kind of forgotten it existed. And then this came into my PO box. This is their new one. It did actually come with a foundation as well, which I'm also enjoying, but I'm enjoying this a lot more. One of the things I absolutely love about it is the applicator. It's huge and it makes applying the concealer so quick and so easy. So I just dab it anywhere on my face where I feel like there's a little mark or there's a blemish. And then another thing that also arrived, which is supposed to be for use with the foundation, but oh, Nala's chewing a Nerf bullet. Hang on. Nala, no. Don't chew that. Can I have it? Oh, she's running off with it. I have used brushes like this before, and although I think the face brushes are really nice for blending foundation, I just find them a bit gimmicky usually, and the ones for eyes are like way too dense and round and too big for my eyelids usually. This one I have actually been using to like blend in my foundation, and I do think it's making it look so much better. So this is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Brush, but I've been using these two things together and really, really enjoying them. Another thing I've been loving is this. This is the Bobbi Brown Highlighting Powder in Opal Glow. Now, you know I love products like this. I think I use this in my winter makeup routine. I like highlighters with a very pinky glow to them, which is why I love the Tanya Burr Peonies Please so much, which I actually have on today. And this is similar to that, but the pink is a lot more subtle and it's more, as it says, it's more opaly. It's not quite as pink, and the sheen is just that. It's more of like a sheen, but it's so beautiful and it gives your skin a really healthy glow. Another thing, which I've been using in very small ways, I guess, is this. This is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. Now, I see a lot of people using these, and I just think it's either makeup artists who know what they're doing or people that want to look really chiseled and highlighty, but again, they know what they're doing. And so for that reason, these kind of products sort of scared me a little bit, because I don't tend to use cream or liquid makeup product very often anyway, but I just thought this screams like disaster and having like a shiny all over face. And let me tell you, they are very, very pigmented, like unreal pigmented. This is in the shade Moonlight. It's a really pretty kind of champagne-y colour. And the reason I've been loving this is because I've been using it in very small ways, in a sense that I've just been dabbing a little bit on the back of my hand and then taking like my ring finger and just dotting it and just popping it like underneath my brow bone. So I've got it on today, like down the center of my nose or just above my lip on my Cupid's bow. I haven't attempted to like put it anywhere else, but I should imagine this is beautiful to use on holiday, like on your collarbones and your shoulders and your legs and things. And let me tell you, a little goes an extremely long way. You'll have to excuse the fact that the sun keeps going behind a cloud and then out of a cloud. I just can't help that. Moving on to body. Now, obviously I've been using a lot of my Zoella Beauty Snowella range, which was over Christmas, and I love that scent and I am still using it. But now that the range is kind of all being sold and it's not Christmas anymore, it has made me go back to the products that came out in the Jelly and Gelato range, which was back in summertime, because they are still available to buy and they almost get a little bit overshadowed during Christmas when like the big Christmas gifting ranges get like pride of place. So I had this in my shower and I was like, I'm gonna go back to using this. I love the smell. It makes me so excited for summer. And it is the moisturizing body wash called Shower Shake. I love this product so much. My skin around this time of year is drier than normal, and so using this in my shower does make a huge difference to how my skin feels. I don't feel like I need to moisturize it as much, and I love using this to shave my legs. It's like the perfect product. It leaves my legs feeling so soft without having to moisturize. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, to be honest, and it's the perfect time of year to be using it. Plus it looks cute in the shower. When I do moisturize my body, I've been using 2 different body moisturizers, and one of them is this. This is the Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay Body Cream. Now this is hefty. This is not travel friendly. It's in a really beautiful glass jar, and I bought it, when did I buy it? Like towards the end of January. So, I mean, it looks like I've barely touched it. Oh, I just absolutely love the Blackberry and Bay scent. I think it's my favorite Jo Malone fragrance, and I bought it in the body cream and absolutely love it. And then some night times, so I'm more likely to use a body cream after a shower in the morning if I feel like I need to, but at night, if I get out of the bath, I've been using this. This is Lush's Sleepy Body Lotion, which I think got quite a lot of attention towards the end of last year or when it first came out, because it's meant to really help aid your sleep, which, to be honest, I've not noticed because I sleep really well anyway. I am literally one of these annoying people whose head hits the pillow and I'm gone. But the reason I really like this is I love how it feels and I love the smell of it. It's lavendery, but it's like sweet and soft lavender, and it's also quite vanilla-y, and it's beautiful. Oh, oatmeal infusion. That's the best way of describing it. It's like lavender has like married up with like an oatmeal smell. So the two of them together, it's like you could eat it. And lavender's not really the sort of scent that you ever feel like you could eat. Although some people put lavender in cakes, but I'm not a fan of flour cake flavors. So I don't normally eat the lavender cakes, but that's what this smells like. This smells like a lavender cake. I find it a little bit heavy for me. Like if I put it on, I have to put a tiny bit on because otherwise I wake up in the middle of the night like a sticky hot mess. But then I am quite a warm sleeper. So yeah, love that. And then for hair, I have been loving this. This is the Hair by Sam McKnight in Cool Girl. I think there's a couple of these, all with different like girl names. And this is the Barely There Texture Mist. I freaking love this so much. After I've done my hair, I will tip my hair upside down and I will spray this everywhere. Like I've sprayed it on today, and it just gives it more, texture, it gives it more volume, it holds everything really well, and I love it. I'm not as keen on the scent as some other hair care brands that I use, like Way and Davines, but the actual product itself is so good that I don't mind that it's not my favourite fragrance. It's not a fragrance I don't like, it's just, I don't really know how to explain it. It smells a bit like when you pick flowers, but like if you're picking flowers and then you sniff the stems. Like it's quite a grassy smell, but yeah, I like it. It's amazing. Moving on to more random favourites. These earrings. These are little hexagon earrings, and I have quite a few different varieties of hexagon earrings. I feel like once I got my second hole in my ear, I found wearing big hoops looked a bit weird, and I didn't wear them for a really long time because I just felt a little bit like having a tiny one and then a huge one looked weird. I mean, it probably didn't, but it was just one of those things that I was like, I can't wear big hoops ever again now. What have I done? And then I found these, and they're so pretty and delicate. Now, these are either from ASOS, and I do think ASOS have some like this, so it could be that they're from ASOS, or these are from a brand that sent them to my PO box, and I don't remember what the brand was, which is really frustrating me. Either way, you can get hexagon earrings like this pretty much anywhere. They basically made me bring back my love of wearing bigger hoops, so I'm happy about that. So probably the biggest thing that I have loved through January, which has completely changed my life, is Sex and the City. I've talked about this already somewhere, I think my vlogging channel. Guys, I'd never seen Sex and the City, and anyone who's like my age is like, what do you mean you've never seen it? Oh my God, that blows my mind. And it blows my mind too. I had a friend who was always trying to make me watch it, and I was like, yeah, I will. But sometimes knowing there's a whole series of something that's already finished is quite a daunting prospect. So I just kept thinking one day I'll watch it. It's not an important thing right now, I'm too busy. Then over New Year and the start of January and over Christmas, I was like, I have time, I'm gonna start a new series. What shall I start? Sex and the City. Oh my God, I was absolutely addicted. Every single day I was watching a new episode, and I literally watched the entire 6 series and both films like within the space of about 2 weeks. It's amazing. I love the characters, I love the fashion, I love the storylines, I love the friendness of it. That's not a very good way of describing it, but I love like their friendship dynamic, and if you've not seen it, you just have to watch it. It's so funny as well. I'm obsessed, and I already want to go back and start watching it from the beginning. Another TV series I watched and absolutely loved was Big Little Lies. Again, another TV series that my friends had told me to watch, specifically Tan. She was like, you need to watch it, it's so good. It has Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, and oh God, the girl from The Fault in Our Stars. Shailene Woodley. It's just really great. Again, I love the friendship dynamic. Reese Witherspoon in that series is like my favourite version of Reese Witherspoon. I just love her character so much, and it's one of those things that I can't really tell you about what happens, because what happens is the whole series and I don't want to give you any spoilers, but if you're looking for a new TV series to watch, check out Big Little Lies. It's great. For Christmas, Alfie very kindly got me an iPad Pro, and I was stuck to this thing at the start of the year. I was doing everything on it. I was colouring in on those like apps. But the thing I spent most of my time doing was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. Growing up, me and Joe always played a game, I think it was on the PlayStation, called Theme Park World, and we loved it. It was amazing. You had to build a theme park world, you had to make sure everyone was having a good time, you had to hit goals, you had to make money, you had to extend the park, you had to upgrade rides, like it was great. And over Christmas, me and Alfie were like, we should both get a game that we can compete with each other on, because we do tend to do that sometimes. We did it with like Farmville, and like there was another one where you had to build a kingdom. Like every now and then we play those ones, the ones where you've got to like wait a certain amount of time for things to happen. I don't know what that's called. I've just been so obsessed with it. To be fair, I've gotten a bit busy now, so I've not played it in like a couple of weeks, but through January, oh my God, it was like the best thing ever. Every day, I even, this sounds really bad, but I even took it to a meeting so that I could tap all my rides to get the money. I mean, it took 2 seconds and we were allowed a lunch break, so it was fine, but everyone did laugh at me when I whipped out like my iPad Pro, and they're like, oh wow, you were like taking notes. I was like, no, I've just got to collect my money on my rides on Roller Coaster Tycoon. But yes, if you've not played that game before and you're looking for a game or a major life distraction, get Roller Coaster Tycoon. Last thing, which is gonna be absolutely no surprise to anyone who watches my vlogging channel. My last favourite is The Greatest Showman. That film is insane. I just feel like it's already gonna be my favourite film of 2018, and I watched it like the second week of January. It's amazing. It's an original musical film. It has Hugh Jackman in, who I fell in love with when I watched Les Mis, because he was like singing and acting in that. So I was really excited about the prospect of watching it. And I'd seen a trailer for it like at the end of last year, and I wasn't like too bothered about seeing it. I didn't watch the trailer and think, oh my God, I must see that. But it was in the back of my mind because I love musicals and I love Hugh Jackman, and it had Zac Efron in it. So I was like, I feel like it's a great casting. I'm just talking about how much I love The Greatest Showman.
I'm obsessed. I want to see it again.
I know. So then me, Alfie and our friend Holly, we went to see it just randomly. Like we weren't like all like, oh, I can't wait to see it. Sat down, and it's like the second the film starts, you are hooked and you have goosebumps with every song, and the actual storyline is amazing. It feels like the film lasts half an hour because you're so invested in it. And then, in fact, the cinema clapped at the end of that film. It was so good. 2 weeks later, we're watching it in the cinema again. I have never seen a film in the cinema twice in my entire life. That's how good it is. And I want to see it a third time. I didn't feel like it was only fair to say how much I love the film without saying how much I love the soundtrack, which I think makes up at least 50% of why I love the film, because the soundtrack is incredible. Everyone I know who I've told to go and watch this film comes out of the cinema and immediately wants to listen to the soundtrack. I think there's some kind of like hypnotizing thing going on, because it is weird how everyone is obsessed with the soundtrack after they've seen it. It's just amazing. If you've not yet seen it, you have to go and see it. Sorry this favourites has been so long. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit more rambly, and I don't feel like I'll edit too much out of this because it's just a bit more chilled. I can see some pigeons having sex in that tree. Can you see them?
Having sex?
Yeah, there's...
It's nearly Valentine's.
Valentine's sex pigeons. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure, if you haven't already, go down there and give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed, and also if you click the little bell that's somewhere down here, it will notify you every time I upload, so you will never miss it. I will see you again very soon. Goodbye!